Hello and God bless. Usually I don't do videos. Well, I do reaction videos, but I don't do reaction videos for the Screw Attack content because I really don't have any interest in Death Battle like I used to back in the day. But every once in a while they have an interesting Death Battle that actually piques my interest. And this such one piqued my interest. I've yet to watch it. I don't even know what happened in it. I haven't been spoiled anything about it, about who won, because I don't keep up with Death Battle like how I used to back in the day. So I'm going to this completely blind. I don't know who won. I haven't watched a YouTuber who said who's won, who's lost. So today we're going to be doing a blind reaction video to Sephiroth versus Vergil Death Battle, which is weird that they would choose Sephiroth to go against Vergil. I've always thought Vergil should go against Sesshomaru from Inuyasha in a death battle because they're both pretty much half demon. Well, Sesshomaru is a full demon, but they're both pretty much demons of a great demon father. I mean, Inuyasha and Sesshomaru's father was a great demon father, and he just like Vergil and Dante's father was a great demon. He was the great demon Sparta, and of course Sesshomaru's father was, of course, I don't think they ever said their father's name in Inuyasha, but yeah, I always thought if Vergil was to go against anybody, it should be Sesshomaru, because they both have kind of similar personalities too. But it's kind of weird the death battle would. I kind of understand choosing Sephiroth because they kind of fight the same. They kind of have similar abilities, but I always thought Sesshomaru would be a better matchup for Vergil than Sephiroth. But today we're going to be doing a reaction video to, of course, Sesshomaru versus Sesshomaru versus versus Sephiroth. So this should be a good one. We're going to get into this blind. I'm going to watch the full video, do a full reaction. I've yet to even see how they calculate out the stats. Like I said, I don't keep up with Death Battle like how I used to because I lost interest. But this one seemed to pique my interest because I like both these characters. I'm very much a big fan of Devil May Cry and a very much big fan of Final Fantasy VII. And I love Sephiroth and Vergil to death. I mean, they're both two of my top tier favorite video game characters. So let's get into this. Sephiroth versus Sesshomaru. If I can. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen.
But to these guys, power
Alrighty,
is the measure
let's
of
go.
a man.
Sephiroth, the fearsome one-winged angel of Final Fantasy.
Angel.
And Vergil, the half-demon son of Sparta from Devil May Cry. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Oh, and they 3D animated it. This is to be a good one, seeing as it's 3D animated. Their 3D animated death battles are a lot better than their 2D ones.
The Promised Land. Unfortunately, all hope of finding this sacred ground had been lost. Until the Shinra Electric Power Company excavated the remains of a being believed to hail from the very land they sought.
They called this weird, naked, purple lady Jenova and thought that if they could bring her back to life, she could help them find the Promised Land. But apparently, they just didn't have any Phoenix Downs.
If they couldn't resurrect a being who could lead them to the Promised Land, Shinra decided they would simply create their own. After many experiments infusing Jenova's cells with those of a human's, they finally found their savior. His name was Sephiroth.
Sephiroth, the one-winged angel.
With hair like that, it's no wonder he was created in a lab. Look at how majestic that mane is.
Wow.
Sephiroth has to use an entire bottle of shampoo
Man,
and conditioner
Sam still.
no,
not Sam. What's his name?
Fan club or something?
What you call it? Still as funny as ever.
But Shinra wasn't interested in Sephiroth for his hair.
Chad, still as funny as ever.
Of their soldier program.
Wait. This electric company has their own private military? I'd hate to miss a payment with
Chad's still as funny as ever as Boomstick.
After me. I mean, look at the ridiculously long sword he keeps with him. That's his Masamune. This 7'2" behemoth of a blade is a lot like the Nodachi swords they used back in feudal Japan. But instead of wielding something long with 2 hands like those, Sephiroth only needs 1.
Even that speaks nothing of his effectiveness as a warrior.
Yeah,
I
you
know, the
people
fact that
spread
Sephiroth
legends of
can wield
someone
that
who
with
usually
one
turns
hand
out
is
to be
crazy.
even better than he really is. It's the total opposite with Sephiroth.
With his superhuman speed, strength, and durability, Sephiroth was instrumental in ensuring Shinra's victory in the Wutai War, conquering the last free nation on the planet. He returned home a legend.
But all those warm, fuzzy feelings of victory didn't last long. While on a mission to the town of Nibelheim, Sephiroth found a bunch of books on the Genova project. That's when he discovered he was a secret science project the whole time.
The truth crushed Sephiroth and drove him mad. In a rage, he annihilated Nibelheim, but was stopped by a mercenary named Cloud Strife. Sephiroth was impaled by the Buster Sword and fell to his death.
Oh, well, that's disappointing. Which is what I would have said if Sephiroth hadn't dropped into a hole in the ground that led him to the giant Windows screensaver called the Lifestream.
The life stream is a buried
Yep.
river of energy which basically
Damn.
maintains life across the planet. Normally, merging with the life stream is the equivalent of entering the afterlife, but not for Sephiroth.
And
Nope.
this is where things get weird, so buckle up. Still conscious, Sephiroth's essence floated through the life stream for years until he absorbed enough energy to rebuild his body. With the energy of the life stream, he could control other beings with Genova cells.
Including the corpse of Genova, who he manipulated like a puppet and disguised as himself.
Oh, what the hell? That's his mom? Who would do that to their own mom? I mean, I know she's a genocidal alien monster, but come on. Probably makes a good breakfast.
But Sephiroth's descent into the life stream offered him even more. It transformed him from a mere super soldier into the most dangerous being on the planet. He's
Yeah.
strong enough to throw a man hundreds of feet skyward, move at supersonic speeds, and withstand brutal stab wounds through vital organs.
He's
Yep.
got illusion powers that can trick people by creating an entirely fake scenario. He can lift people with his mind, including himself, and then he can just fly. That's how it works, right?
Additionally, Sephiroth can cast magic thanks to his on-hand materia. Materia is crystallized life energy which grants different powers according to the type of materia used.
This lets Sephi attack with fire, lightning, ice, and earth-based magic. He can block attacks with barrier
Yep.
and reflect, and heal himself with cure and regen. And ever since jumping into the life stream, he's had unlimited access to his magical powers.
With his new godlike abilities, Sephiroth began a plan to stop mankind from drying up the planet's life force.
That doesn't sound so scary. Does that mean he's an environmentalist, or...?
But to do this, he decided to use black materia to summon a giant meteor to destroy the planet and absorb all of its life energy for himself.
So, like, an opposite environmentalist. A planet vampire. I mean, we're talking about a guy who kicked a dude through solid concrete, murdered the crap out of a 30-foot serpent with a spike through the face, and tanked a dragon's flamethrower attack without even getting a teensy bit hurt.
A
I know.
particularly impressive feat considering this attack was capable of one-shotting fellow soldier Zack Fair.
Wiz, you may need to up your prescription, because that's definitely Cloud.
No. Cloud was just recalling false memories there. It was really Zack. However, it was Cloud who impaled Sephiroth pre-livestream with the Buster Sword.
Yep.
Holy God, is it huge! It's like 2 feet wide! You'd think a stab from that thing would just cut him in half, but Sep just kind of shook it off.
And in his
No.
rematch with Cloud, he blocked an attack strong enough to crater the metal around him. Considering the diameter of the crater, the surface area of Sephiroth's feet, and assuming the most likely steel composition, I estimate this attack to equal nearly 1,600 tons of force.
Sephiroth can use that wicked sword to stab and lift wannabe heroes by their ribcage, slice through skyscrapers, and shoot energy beams that can shred these huge Mako cannons. And from the life stream, Sephi figured out he could create new bodies or even take on other forms.
These forms greatly resemble certain creatures found in Christian and Jewish mythology.
He certainly looks the part when he goes into his ultimate form.
They aren't lying.
Sephiroth does possess a single black wing, a blatant symbol of his fall from grace.
So basically,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy does everything it can to not be subtle. Just like Sephiroth's most devastating attack, Supernova, which decimates an entire solar system. Wait, if Seph is that powerful, how does anyone ever beat him?
Don't get the wrong idea here. There's a lot of debate over how supernova actually works, but I think it's pretty clear that Sephiroth isn't creating the explosion himself. Rather, he's transporting his foes to a specific point in time within an alternate dimension.
Careful, Wiz, don't sell him short.
Just look at it. When he uses the attack, reality literally crumbles away like glass. This is identical to the animation for certain summoned creatures. According to the official Crisis Core Complete Guide, summons draw their targets into their own space in order to attack, and this is no different. In the Dissidia fighting games, Sephiroth goes for the simple approach and opens a dimensional hole to the explosion. The attack is even described as sending destruction even into other dimensions. And if he could summon planet-busting meteors at will, why did he go through so much trouble to get the Black Materia, which literally summons meteors?
That would explain why the supernova doesn't hurt him. He's not really there, just using those illusion powers of his. With all these powers, I can't believe Cloud and friends were able to take him down.
He's not invincible, but he's damn powerful. Ever
I
persistent,
know.
Sephiroth departed with a final,
Sephiroth.
chilling promise.
I will
Never be a memory.
never be a memory.
Good old
sound
Sephiroth. Good
so
old
boring?
Sephi. Good old Sephi. I will never be a memory.
2,000 years ago,
That's actually a pretty good
great
introduction for
transpired.
Sephiroth. Honestly, I honestly think that
Demon warrior
Sephiroth's
Sparta
gonna win
rebelled
this.
against his
I don't think
master,
Vergil can
Mundus.
stand up
To
against
protect the world,
Sephiroth.
Sparta did
I
best to
don't
seal the
think
connection
Vergil can
between
stand
hell
up
and
against
earth.
Sephiroth.
But then Sparta got lonely, or maybe it was just a sausage fest in there. Either way, he snuck out of hell long enough to knock up this chick named Eva, and she popped out a couple of awesome demon slayers. Nice choice.
You may remember the younger of the two, Dante.
Oh yeah, he fought that witch chick with the hair.
But the eldest and potentially deadliest brother was the one and only Vergil.
Yep.
Vergil and
Vergil.
Dante were rivals from birth. Dante was a goofball. Vergil was serious. Dante hated his being a demon, and Vergil loved it. It's that classic odd couple scenario.
But then one fateful day, in an act of vengeance against the late Sparta, a group of rogue demons separated the two brothers and killed their mother. Vergil was believed to be dead. But in reality, Vergil survived and set out on his own path to seek his father's immense power for himself.
And he's 100% equipped to be a butt-kicking demon slayer just like his pops. As a half-demon, Vergil can jump several times his own height, move at supersonic speeds, and heal himself quickly, kind of like that Wolverine guy. He can tough out getting stabbed through the lungs, intestines, the heart, body parts I'm pretty sure most people need.
Not if my experiment has anything to say about it.
You say something, Wiz?
I said not if Vergil's abilities have anything to say about it.
Well,
With my experience to say about it, wow.
Human demon who gets in his way, Vergil also happens to carry some extra deadly weapons on hand, including
Yep.
a spiffy
Yamato.
katana called Tomato.
Yamato.
Yamato.
It's said that this sword can cut through anything.
Tomato.
And probably tomatoes. Actually, Yamato is the exact thing Sparta used to seal hell from Earth in the first
Yep.
place.
Vergil's sword fighting prowess draws from his Dark Slayer fighting style, which emphasizes teleportation, lightning quick movements, and even quicker slashes straight from the sheath. This technique
Yep.
is directly influenced by Ei Jutsu, the real-life Japanese art of the quick draw. And thanks to Vergil's demonic powers, he can attack so fast the blade seems invisible.
Yeah, the only thing better than fighting with one sword is fighting with 8. With Vergil's ghostly summoned swords, he can turn himself into a living Beyblade.
Yep. Living Beyblade. Wow. I like the jokes in this.
Blades may be Vergil's bread and butter, but if he needs to focus on brute strength, he switches to Beowulf.
He can charge
Yep.
up blink-of-an-eye punches and kicks that hit like a cement truck made of lead and KO some of the toughest demons in just a few hits. And hey, looks like he digs Street Fighter.
There's one more trick up Vergil's
Yeah.
sleeve. Thanks to his demon blood, he can access a form known as Devil Trigger. And
Yeah.
this mode amplifies everything.
His strength, speed, and healing all get a huge boost, making him several times deadlier than before. Plus, he just looks badass.
In his quest to become as powerful as his father, Vergil's abilities skyrocketed. He's taken down dozens of demons in the blink of an eye, and escaped an illusion from the sorcerer Arkham, which makes normal people go crazy.
But if anything's gonna show off what a son of Sparta can really do, it's pitting him against his bro. Sure, Vergil can easily avoid Dante's bullets, but why dodge them when you can spin your sword, line them all up, and fire them back?
Oh
Like a
no.
boss.
In the same
No.
battle, they briefly created a 12-foot diameter open space in a heavy rainstorm with nothing but their sword swings. On average, storms can fill a cubic foot space with as many as 30 raindrops. So, Vergil and Dante must have destroyed 108,000 raindrops in less than a second.
If Vergil can swing his sword that fast, I bet he'd make a killing mowing lawns, or chopping meat at the deli, or getting haircuts.
I like
Doing
these
that
jokes.
thing where he chops bad guys to pieces so fast they don't even realize they're dead yet. Like when he fought Beowulf. The monster, not the weapon. And then he punched him so hard he flew 55 feet up and hit the ceiling.
When comparing Beowulf's size to Vergil, he appears to be as large as an elephant. Given what's available, this seems like our best measure of Vergil's strength, but there is one issue. The Devil May Cry series makes frequent use of slow motion to depict the absurdity of these characters, and this could be a similar case.
So let's look at another slow-mo feat, the rainstorm fight.
At one point, the rain freezes in place for about 2.5 seconds as Vergil and Dante keep moving, indicating a 14,500% speed increase in real time. Applying the same degree to the Beowulf punch gives us an acceleration speed of about 4,882 feet per second. With that in mind, we can apply our previous data to deduce the maximum height sans ceiling, and determine Vergil's striking strength to be nearly 720 million newtons of force. It
Damn!
matches Vergil's incredible toughness, too.
We already mentioned his super healing factor, but it's even more overpowered than you think. Vergil once got completely cut in half, but healed so fast that it's impossible to even notice.
And his regeneration ability can be worn down.
Yeah, that's how this weird jester guy beat him.
But it takes a lot to pull off, and Vergil can always just use Yamato to hop through dimensions to get away if he wants.
Sadly, Vergil never got to rule the demon realm like he wanted.
Instead, the Demon King Mundus permanently transformed Vergil into his puppet, irreversibly manipulating his mind in the process.
And then Dante kind of, exploded him. But 1 or 2 losses against someone who's basically goddamn Satan hardly makes him a weakling.
Hell and Earth trembles before the power of Vergil.
I know.
Fight with the prince.
Damn. I mean, I knew Vergil was strong, but damn, he is ridiculously. I love Vergil. He is ridiculous badass.
Alright, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But before we get to the bloody slicing and dicing, pick up some Blue Apron and slice and dice in
Okay,
your
I'm
kitchen.
skipping this part. I'm skipping this part. Skipping this.
Blue Apron
Skipping
From
this.
each week.
And if you
Skipping this. Care less
visit
about Blue Apron.
Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
But right now,
Let's go back.
it's time for a death battle!
Yep, don't care about Blue Apron. Alright, let's go Vergil. I'm honestly, I'm thinking Sephiroth's gonna win, but at the same time I'm rooting for Vergil. Because as much as I like Sephiroth, I like Vergil a little bit more.
Who are you?
I like the voice actors they got. Let's go. Shit. Come on, Vergil. Whoa! Whoa! They're going faster than the eye can see. That's the song that the song says in Devil May Cry. The song says, and devils never cry.
Okay, you're strong. But are you fast enough?
Don't move.
I suppose it can't be helped.
Sephiroth. I'm thinking Vergil actually is going to win this.
They're fake.
Stop wasting my time.
I think Vergil's actually going to beat Sephiroth. Which I'm kind of glad, because I like Vergil a little bit more.
You're going down.
Come on. Come on, Vergil. Get him. Oh my god, my boy Vergil got him. He's dead. He's dead.
Behold.
Nope. Nope.
What is that?
Supernova. I saw you could pierce the fabric of our dimension, so I cast an illusion to disguise this. Witness oblivion.
Damn, Vergil! Maybe Sephiroth's got this.
Free. So you are.
Damn, Sephiroth's got it.
KO!
Damn, Sephiroth got it.
You were extremely powerful.
Damn.
But Sephiroth's cunning and stronger abilities led to his victory.
Wait a minute, I thought the lore said Vergil's sword could cut through anything. Why didn't it cut through Sephiroth's sword?
Yamato was a unique weapon, but its legend clearly exaggerated. On multiple occasions, it's clashed with Dante's blade and even a common rocket launcher without cutting through either, and sometimes requires an exuberant amount of force to cut through tougher material. But let's discuss the real facts.
Like strength. So Vergil with Beowulf could do 720 million newtons, right? But there aren't a lot of good Sephi strength feats to compare.
First, let's compare Sephiroth to a fellow first-class member of the soldier fighting force, who had also been experimented on with Jenova cells, Zack Fair.
Remember him? He's the Knot Cloud guy who fought that dragon.
At his peak, Zack could cut through a large metal door with one swing, seemingly with most of his strength. Given the size and width of the door, this feat's sheer strength comes out to 980 million newtons.
And
Yeah.
Seth was way stronger than Zack. In fact, if we look at their strength stats when they fought that dragon, Sephiroth was 3.5 times stronger than Zack.
Putting Sephiroth's strength output at over 3 billion
Yeah.
newtons. That's almost as much force as 30 Hiroshima bombs.
Strength is
30 Hiroshima bombs.
Vergil was
Damn.
faster than Sephi, but Sephiroth has handled people of similar speeds before. Plus, Sephiroth could survive plenty of hits because his healing power is broken.
The capabilities of
Yes,
Vergil's
it
healing
is.
factor was nearly unprecedented, but it had its limits. In contrast, Sephiroth's healing abilities were only limited by his pool of magic, which was unlimited.
Well, he also had to take some time to cast each healing spell, but that's why he distracted Vergil with his illusions.
We know Vergil was susceptible to illusionary and mental attacks, as it's happened to him multiple times and even led to his in-canon demise.
And Sephiroth's illusions could hide his ultimate technique. Yeah, Vergil's healing was pretty awesome, but it was never gonna hold up under an exploding sun to the face.
Vergil put up a good fight, but he couldn't match Sephiroth's superior strength, magic, and techniques.
Yeah.
Looks like this devil's cried for the last time.
The
Yeah.
winner is Sephiroth.
Winner is Sephiroth. Sephiroth! I'm surprised it didn't play One Winged
If you
Angel.
want to get the fight music for this episode of Death Battle, just click the link in the description and you can pick it up on iTunes.
You can get music from Thor vs. Wonder Woman, Naruto vs. Ichigo, a bunch of death battles.
And if you want exclusive commentary on this episode, then click that box right over there in the corner.
Thank you so much for joining us for Death Battle.
That was a good death battle. That was a good death battle. I actually enjoyed that. It's been a while since I actually enjoyed death battle, and that was actually pretty good. I didn't know who was gonna win. I went into this blind, and to tell you the truth, I honestly, with this death battle, as opposed to previous ones, looking for Superman. Superman's OP as fuck. I don't mention him. But this death battle, I feel like this was actually balanced, and this was actually truly accurate. Like, Sephiroth, I hate to say it, he's fucking Sephiroth. He hasn't been the #1 strongest Final Fantasy villain for the longest, for no damn reason. I mean, the only two other more powerful than him are freaking Kefka, and you can kinda say Arden. We don't really know the true abilities of Arden. I mean, we don't really know the true abilities of Arden. I want to say Arden's a little bit stronger, but I want to say he's also a little bit weaker than Sephiroth. We haven't seen Arden do the feats that Sephiroth's done. Especially with Final Fantasy 15 being a fantasy based on reality. So, yeah, they had to still get to some reality parts for Arden, but well, Final Fantasy 7, that was truly fully fantasy. It had a little bit of reality in it, but it was more fantasy than anything, and hence Sephiroth being able to do all those feats. And let me tell you something. There's a reason, like I said, why Sephiroth is the one of the number one strongest Final Fantasy villains besides Kefka. I'd say Kefka is above him, but Sephiroth is a pretty damn good second. And there's a reason why Sephiroth is so damn strong. Look at what he can do. He can summon an illusion that is pretty much, he can pretty much rip somebody to a fabric in space to make them hit a supernova. One of the Final Fantasy villains can do that. And on top of that, on top of the way Sephiroth swings that sword, it's deadly as fuck. The only thing I would say Arden would have above Sephiroth, which I know I'm getting Arden versus Sephiroth, even though this death battle was Arden versus Vergil, but let me just go on a tangent. The only reason I could see Sephiroth possibly getting used by Arden, if they ever wanted to do another death battle with Sephiroth, I would like to see Sephiroth versus Arden. The only reason I can see Arden possibly being able to beat Sephiroth is that Arden is a master manipulator. The way Arden is, he manipulates everything to work in his favor. Like, Arden is the type of person where you can't underestimate the man. I've yet to play episode Ignis, but as we're recording this video, I've yet to play episode Ignis. But let me tell you something. Arden, he manipulated so many things in 15 to go his way that even in the end, he won. In the end, Arden won. He killed the royal family. He killed the power. He got rid of the power of the Star Scourge. Arden won in the end. When you really look at Final Fantasy 15, it's Arden winning. Yes, it looks like Arden lost, but no, Arden actually accomplished his goal. He killed Noctis' family. He got rid of the people that get rid of the Star Scourge, like Luna Freya. He pretty much accomplished his goal. So in the end, Arden wins. So, and the only other Final Fantasy for a villain to win is 6. So to know Arden is that darn deadly that he can even manipulate people even when he's losing to where he's winning. Yeah, I would love to see Arden versus Sephiroth death battle. Two of the most top tier Final Fantasy characters going at it. But as far as this death battle goes, I really like the animation in it. I liked how well it was done. I like the voice actors in it too. Voice actors in it sound pretty much almost legitimate to their video game and movie counterpart. I mean, I'm not sure who they got the voice act Sephiroth, but that sounded pretty damn close to Sephiroth's voice actor in Advent Children and Kingdom Hearts 2. So that was a really good voice act they got for Sephiroth, and a really good voice act they got for Vergil. Now on top of that, the jokes in this were legitimately funny. The jokes in this were legitimately funny. I liked it when they were doing the analysis. It was legitimately good, and I don't feel like there was any bullshit analysis in this. I don't feel like they really bullshitted the analysis in this. I honestly feel like the better man won, which is Sephiroth. I know a lot of Devil May Cry fans could be, oh no, how could you say it? I think the better man. I honestly think Sephiroth was going to win. Like I didn't really know who would win, but in my gut, I kind of had a feeling Sephiroth would win, but at the same time, I'd still kind of wanted Vergil to win, but I kind of figured Sephiroth would probably win, because let's be real, he's fucking Sephiroth. He's unbeatable. he's almost unbeatable. I can't wait to fight this man in the FF7 remake. I mean, can you imagine fighting Sephiroth in the FF7 remake? How strong that motherfreaker is going to be? He's going to be able to freaking do things that, honestly, are just like, wow. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video of my reaction to the Sephiroth versus Vergil death battle. Hopefully you guys had a great Christmas, and hopefully you guys have a great and wonderful New Year. This has been UncleShal saying God bless, take care, and I will hope to catch you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you're new. Peace out.